All right, Jake, so just let me know what's going on this thing. If I have any problems, let's look at this. Come on. Okay, so Jake, you seeing this?
Got it.
Okay, so let's continue on here. If it crashes, we'll just make this work. All right, so equal measure, meaning that I can measure this. That's 1 and a little less than 1.5 inches. If I was scaling this on my printer, it'd be a little better, but these are all equal measures, right? So I could, if I wanted to, just go in and measure all this and transcribe it. But what we're doing instead is I'm just having you use this A as your reference. Think of it as a 0, 0, and I'm just having you guys count these out. It's much easier. And then what I'm also doing is I go in, and I recommend you do this also. I just define the shape of the object. And as I said, the other ones that we've been doing added extra columns and rows. This hasn't, so it's actually a lot easier because there's a lot less guesswork. I actually think they should start out with this first. Okay. So I've defined this cube, is what I've done there. So I've defined the cube, and so it's 6 over 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up, and then since it's giving me the A, I'm just going to go back 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So then what I'm going to say is I have to determine what the front and the side is. So I've got 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I miscount that? I miscounted that. Thank you, Jake. Point off there for you. So it's 6 by 6. All right, so I'm going to make this the right side. I'm going to make this the front side. And this is obviously going to be my top, looking down. All right, so let's just go ahead and I'll start on the right side here. I'm just going to count over. I noticed there's nothing there, but between 2 and 3, the line goes up. So I count over 1, 2, and then it goes up 1, 2 spots. So I put my ruler here, the right side, and go up 2. Any questions so far?
Do we have to use a ruler?
No, you don't, but I think it would be a lot easier. But you don't have to use a ruler. Just make sure it's clean, though. All right, so this goes over 4 to the end, and then it goes up 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll go up 4. Somebody was telling me that in the last class that they used a lot of Legos when they were a kid, and it's unfortunate, but I think that would have certainly helped you kind of try to figure this out. So I can just put these two together, but if I want to verify it, I would go down 1, 2 over 2. Sure enough, that's where it is. So I would just make that at that intersection. Okay. And then let's continue on here. So the challenge is it goes back 2 and then up 2. I would not be able to draw it going back, right? Because I would not see it, but I would see it going up 2. So then I'd come up 2 and over 2. And so think of this when you're drawing your elevation. You're not really showing any depth. All right, and so then that's about as much as I want to go, but let's go here and I'll go up 2. And then it's down 1, 2 over 1, 2. All right, so that so far looks good. And then I've got this, I don't know if you guys know, but this is actually a skateboard park in Brazil. And so these are ramps, and it's a lot of the kids don't wear their helmets. It's actually very dangerous, but it's a lot of fun. All right, so over 2 and up 2. When I was a kid, I was a little skateboard junkie. I would go to all the skateboard parks. I was like 10 and 11 and 12. It was awesome. I never got any air, though, I have to be honest. I could jump off stuff, but those back in the day, they didn't have, the skateboard's really big and heavy. All right, so Jake, how am I doing? Am I missing anything? on this right view. I think I'm good. I think that's all I need. All right, now I'm going to draw.
Good.
I think I'm going to draw the front view. Thank you. All right, so let's draw the front view. So I'm going to start. I could start on this A. It might be easier for me to kind of start back here because I see these lines. It goes up 2 and over 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go up 2. And then it goes over 2. I'll just join them together. All right, and then even though I don't have any depth, I would see this line here. And that would be that line between 1 and 2 be right there. And then, now there's really not a line there. That's the cube. So I'm getting a little scared over here. So I'm going to just go ahead and finish this up. So there's no depth to be shown there, but it goes up 2. So I'll go up 2. And then it's got this inclined surface there. But if I'm looking straight on that elevation view, I wouldn't see the slope. It would just appear going up 2 more. But I do see that this intersection goes over 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to come over 4. And then if you notice, if I'm doing this right, that intersection, that slope, should be carried over right there. Right? So then it's over 4 and it goes up 2. I wouldn't see the depth, so I'm just going to go straight up with it. All right. Brandon, are you with me so far?
I am.
Okay,
Thank you.
good. All right. Ronald, are you with me? Ronald?
Yes.
Okay. All right. If I'm going too fast, you guys, I'm here to teach you. It's okay to like say, "Yo, Smith, what are you doing?" And then I do make mistakes because I don't teach. So I want to show you guys. Here's actually an answer key. Well, there's an actually answer key. If I was like a crazy teacher, I would just be doing that the entire time. But I get very bored. One of the things that we're going to do, if you look at this little answer key, is that I made is I could then just label all these views, and I'm gonna do that on just this one. I'm not going to do that on the other ones, but I'm going to show you what that's all about to help you. Okay, so this view, Jake, am I all done on this one? I think I am, right?
Professor, you need one more square.
Did you save, Jake? You got saved by, was that Chris? Who saved you?
Yeah.
All right, so
I'll take Jade's points.
I need to show this coming down and over. Good job, Chris. All right, so come down and then over. And there's nothing actually there. So I think we're good there. All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the top view. And so the kids that use the skateboard park, they didn't show this, but there's actually stairs that start like here. It goes all the way up. It's crazy. It's crazy fun though, right? So there's stairs back here, if you would look very carefully. And this is the ramp. Am I confusing everybody? Probably. All right, so then okay. So skateboard on the park there. All right. So now I got to draw this top, this first incline from the top view. All right. So I'm going to draw where everybody hovers on the top. I'm going to go from this corner over here opposite of A. All right, so that's going to be opposite of A. The top view is going to be here. So I'm going to make this little pad that everybody starts off on. And it's, if I would say this was feet, I'd say it was 4 feet by 2 feet or 2 units. And I'll draw that little area first. Okay, and let's go ahead and label that. I'm going to label this A because that's where everybody starts on their ride. Okay, and then let's show this other area, because for the little kids they'll actually start here. We'll call this one B, and I'll draw the little for the junior kids. Anybody have a ski house in near Squaw Valley, maybe, that we could all go when it starts snowing? If you do, let us know, and we will all stay in your house. Okay, you'll never get rid of some of us too. All right, so here's the first ramp that they go down. So I'm gonna draw this ramp. It's actually looks really like it'd be bigger, but it's only goes down 2 and over 2. So we're just drawing 2 units. And if I'm doing this right, it should be in the same alignment as what's below. All right, that's how I can double check. So that would be C here, and then we call this one D or something like this. So that would be C, and then that's this little guy right here. It's actually looks like it's still pretty steep, but it's only 2 over. I know some of you think I'm making the whole skateboard park up, but it's actually true. Okay, so there's this little area here where they all rest. That's an open space. It's kind of like there's nothing there, so I'm going to draw this. So there's nothing here on this very bottom corner, right? So that's actually a dead empty space. So I wouldn't draw anything on the outside of that, but I would draw the lines inside of it. All right. So then I've got this little place that's 2 by 2. I'm going to label this A, B, C, D, E, and F. So that's E and F. Okay. Does that help any of you guys? Hopefully it does.
Yeah, it's helpful.
Okay. I do apologize. If anybody comes late, I'm not going to see them. They're going to get all upset with me. Like, oh, I was there, you didn't let me in. So my apologies, but it's just the only way I can figure this out. So, okay. So that's that. Now, what I might do here for you guys is I could label these a little bit. It might be a little confusing. E is here. And I could say this is H, and this would be H. And then I could say this is G right here. This would be G right there. D is that slope right there, so that would be okay. All right, so that is the first exercise. You guys are going to be doing, how are we doing on time here? Let's do this, you guys, all right? Don't tell anybody, but we're only going to do Ortho 3, all right? So let's have you then, because I want you to get outside and do this. So I want you on your own to do the bottom of this activity, Ortho 3. All right? Does anybody feel like it's going to be too hard for them? I guess that's a hard question to ask, but I guess what we could do is this. I'm going to let you guys go because I want you to finish this on your own, and then I want you to start on the activity. So let me, I'm going to stop the recording.